another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, episode 162, which is still less than the number of pop vinyls I have behind me. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
And we are joined this week by Josh.
Captain Nostalgia.
Captain Nostalgia.
And his bat.
What bat? Oh, yeah. Got a little bat there. It may not come into frame, but there it is. Oh, I wonder which one of us is going to be the big frame this week.
Yeah, it's always a mystery. You never really know until you check the recording afterwards.
So we're going to see who gets the big winner. Winner, chicken dinner.
Fingers crossed it's not me.
Captain Nostalgia, Josh from Victims and Villains. How have you been, sir?
Been well, man. It's been a long time since I've been on here. I just recorded with Anthony. We're doing Friday the 13th, part 3, December 13th. So make sure you guys check that out.
Which is a Friday.
On our feed. It is.
There you go. Waka waka.
Yeah.
Don't you guys usually drop it on the 13th? On a Friday the 13th?
Yeah.
That's the whole point, yes.
Yeah. So I've never actually seen Friday the 13th, the series. And so last year when the second Friday the 13th came around in July, I was like, Aunt, we should start doing these on Victims, and he was like, sold. So that's the story.
Yeah, I had at that time though, I had no idea I signed up for essentially 5 years of Friday the 13th.
It's a 5-year commitment.
Because that's about how long it's going to take.
Right? On average, there's what, 2 Friday the 13th in a year?
Yeah, there are like 2 Friday the 13th a year, there are essentially 12 Friday the 13th movies. So that's 6 years overall.
Nice. Yeah. So we're stuck with Josh you're stuck with Josh for a while.
Oh yeah, no. I'm stuck with Josh because I've been indoctrinated into his family.
Yeah.
Wait, how's that? What happened? What's going on?
Well, as they say, you'll have to listen to the show to find out.
Oh, okay.
Tune in on Friday, December 13th to find out.
All good things come to those who wait.
Yes. And clearly what you don't do is wait for pops because you just seem to find them all.
It's I say the same thing to my mother. It's a collection. Everyone's got a hobby. Everyone collects stuff. My collection is pop vinyls, which, as you can see, they're all sideways now, for the most part, which is because I ran out of room, and doing this gave me a couple of extra spots, which I've run out of room again. So, okay. But I think I'm up to 278, I think now.
I'm just picturing right now how, it would be so easy to drive you mad by going into your house and just opening them all.
No, I know. I got here. Forgive me. So I got a bunch of them that are loose. Those are the original ones before realizing what it's really all about.
Uh-huh.
So those drive me nuts because my most expensive pop vinyl, I'm going to be honest with you. Where is he? If he's not right here. Nope, he's not right here. Is my Krusty Where is he?
Uh-oh.
Is my Krusty.
All right, this is going to be the entire show. Larry looking for one pop figure.
Way to go. Uh-oh. That's not good.
Who is what is the one next to Kaylee Fry?
Where are we?
The Firefly section.
Oh, over here? This?
Yeah. Kaylee? Oh, no,
that's from This is from Borderlands. I forgot the name of the thing, but it's from Borderlands. From afar, It looks like SpongeBob. I know.
Okay.
Okay, then.
That was, I think, from one of the crates I used to do.
Sounds good. You're crazy. Let's move on.
I got some video game pops.
I mean, all the ones that we can mostly see right now are all wrestling.
Yeah, see, there's Dig Dug.
Well, yeah, this is my wrestling section.
You got right behind you. There's it's all wrestling, and then there's just a random katana.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, again, that's just
they're not. I don't think they're necessarily in any order.
No. Well, if it's together, I got Fred and Barney Rubble over here.
Yeah, I know, but you have Kevin Smith next to Garfield.
Oh well, yeah, that's my other Kevin. Where? All right, I'll figure it out later.
Anyway,
I have all my AC/DC ones together.
Moving on.
And this is my signature section.
He's not moving on.
Autographs. Stay tuned for the future podcast. More pop vinyls coming to a podcast near you.
And that is when the Retro Gamers breaks up.
And that is the cheap plug.
Yes.
It's all right.
So what's going on?
You have another family to come to now.
Yeah, exactly.
I still don't know what that's all about. It's you and Chew. Chu's leaving, I think. You're leaving. What's going on? I'm losing all my podcasts.
I don't know. No. Anyway, well. First off, Larry, it's been a while since we've actually been on the same episode together because November turned out to be a crazier month, I think, than either of us had planned.
Very much. I think I was out with my 2 Thanksgiving dinners before Thanksgiving. And then you and your friends did an awesome episode about Friday 13th versus Dead by Daylight, the 2 online games. I want to give a shout out to those guys. I screwed it up when I did it before. Is it My Haunt Life?
Yes, My Haunt Life. So Russell and Mike at My Haunt Life. They were really great to step in on that episode. And to be honest with you, I thought we had a really good discussion about about Dead by Daylight and Friday the 13th, among other
enjoyed
things. Because we also talked about retro versus current gaming as well, just kind of going back and forth as the topic. And it was a fun discussion.
You had the one John, I forgot his name, I apologize, who just started gaming 3 years ago or something.
Yeah, Russell.
Mm-hmm. And it was fun to hear the pure innocence of him just I never heard of this. I don't know what this is. What's going on? You know what I mean? And of some of the stuff we take for granted as being very simple.
Well, and what was funny about that too is that after we recorded the podcast, and I'm sorry, I should have recorded this to throw up on YouTube. I had him play the original Friday the 13th game for the NES, and he didn't last long.
That is such a terrible game. You mean this?
I mean that. Yes, I mean that.
Bro, nice.
Let's see how many pops I can reference as we just talk about the show today.
Yeah. But anyway, so it was a crazy month for both of us. Last week you had Mario on, which was really cool.
Totally. Mario, thank you. He's now my neighbor downstairs. So, which worked out really well. And we told this. I want to start off. This is going to be a little. We have no set plan. Whenever Josh comes on, he throws everything into chaos. So I want to get your guys' opinions on something that, yes, me and Mario talked about last week, mostly because Anthony, you're pretty much in the industry over there in Hollywood. Josh, you're constantly
sure.
You are. Josh, you're always talking about Hollywood movies, reviewing them, have a really good idea about them. What are your thoughts now that Paramount did this major change with the Sonic trailer? Sonic looks like he should be. First of all, do you think this is finally what the fans are getting? And do you feel now there's an obligation of sorts for people now to go see the movie? Maybe hear from Josh first.
Well, it's interesting because, us dealing with mental health on victims and villains in pop culture, there was a meme that one of my friends had shared that had basically said something to the extent of, all of us basically cyberbullied Paramount into going back to redo this. And I mean, there's as much as there is humor in that, there's also a legitimate statement. So now I feel like we do owe it to the studio to at least go out and see it. Go out and see what it's all about. You obviously voiced your hatred for it, and that hatred can't be validated unless you support it, because they actually listened to you, went back and redid all this. So I do feel like there is an obligation that we now as an audience have to anyone who ever reacted negative about it. You now have to go see it.
And on top of, your idea of people obligated to see it, I want your ideas on what you think this process took them. Is this a first in movie industries where they went back and redid this? And ultimately your thoughts on what Sonic looks like now.
Well, I don't think this is. I definitely don't think this is a first, because a lot of what happens in films, films get run through test audiences all the time. So actually, what winds up happening is they'll run them through test audiences to get a feel on what the test audience likes and doesn't like about a film. And in some cases, when something really doesn't work, they will actually go back and do reshoots to fix those problems. So this is quite common.
But on this grand of a scale.
Now, there have been films that have had to go back into full reshoots, and we're talking significant chunks of the film.
League.
Which one? Oh,
Justice League.
Justice League is a good example of that. But so yes, I mean these things have happened. However, I want to say this is probably the first I've ever heard of where the internet community has gone after a film just based on a trailer that have prompted the studio to go back and say, oh, well, you know what, we better fix this. And to be honest with you, it's actually a really good thing that it happened, because if it didn't, this film was doomed.
I think so.
Completely. Nobody would go see this film based on the way the character looked, because your core audience are going to be gamers. Mm-hmm. So if you've already made them unhappy based on the look of the character, there's no way they're going to drop 15 or 20 bucks to go see your film. So I do think that this is essentially a good thing for the studio. And again, it wasn't. There were numbers getting thrown around where it cost them $35 million to redo it and everything like that, and the studio was saying that's not true. Ultimately, they only know what it was. There were rumors that it actually was like maybe $5 million, which let's face it, $5 million is a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money, but when you're talking about a big budget film, it's not super huge. Mm-hmm. And also, it was worth them going back to do it, because they need to get that audience in the seats, you know. So yeah, not an unprecedented thing at all. What are you doing?
Josh is getting the social media going.
Oh, okay, good. So not unprecedented at all, but at the same time, I don't necessarily believe that this should make everybody obligated to go see the film, because at the end of the day, people are essentially trolls. There are people online that are just out there to make trouble for the sake of making trouble. They were never going to see the film to begin with, and that's just going to be the case. Now, do I think people should go out and see it? Yes. I mean, I'm a big supporter of video game films. I try and go out and see them. Not all of them, because there are some that definitely are not worth seeing. But just based on the trailer alone for Sonic, it's got my interest. So I think it's interesting enough to go see. That's where I'm netting out on this.
Well, I think too that. Sorry.
Nope.
I think too, you look at the original trailer that had so much problematics, and I think there was some hesitation on the studio's end, because the two different trailers, they feel completely different. Whereas the first one felt like it was so focused on Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik. Then you also, at the same time, with this film, with this new trailer, it hinges so heavily on Sonic as a character and like the desire, because you know there's it almost kind of feels like hesitation on the first part, and then they went back to this redesign, then they're like, all right, because you have to also keep in mind that by the time the first trailer had already dropped, we'd already had leaks from different conventions, CinemaCon, of the earlier design, and people were just not happy.
Yeah, no, he looked weird. I mean, just character-wise, we talked about it last week. He just looked weird. People complained about the eyes, the teeth. He just looked like too skinny. He had like normal sneakers on. Where they go back and yes, I think they nailed it. They nailed it as much as they can. Like, I think the only complaint you can say is that in the video game, Sonic, the way he's drawn, has one giant eyeball. All right, fine. He doesn't have that in this, but like you see the fur lightens up and gets white right over here. So it kind of leans to that. Mm-hmm. I think also, I feel like if there was no complaint, we eventually would have gotten this exact same type of trailer just with the original Sonic. So they probably had this trailer planned anyway. Because in the second trailer, you actually see the Green Hill Zone. You see the big giant, sphere, ramp and all that. So he looks good. So bottom line, I think we can all say that definitely a thumbs up on the new version of Sonic, and hopefully, story-wise, hopefully it'll be a good movie.
Well, we'll find out. Just a quick side story that is Sonic related that I wanted to share. But last week I had to go out to a vendor shop for work, and these are guys who they create 3D sculpts, essentially. And they're working on one of our projects, but they brought us into the factory to give us a tour. And the first thing we see when we go into the factory is an 18-foot tall Sonic.
Oh, good Lord!
That was created for a convention at some point. I don't know if it was Sega representation at a convention or what it was. It was created for somebody for a convention. They did not want it anymore, so this company took it. They're like,
Oh, cool.
We'll take it from you.
Yeah.
So like I was just sitting there staring at it. I was like, okay, how do I get that home?
Can someone please wheel this into the back of my
exactly, because I would literally just put it right in front of my, like, I would right to the right of my house where I park my car, so that when people coming down the block, they'll just see Sonic.
Where do you live? I live near Sonic.
I live near Sonic. Yeah, where are you? Oh, Sonic the fast food place? No, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Awesome.
Just look for Sonic. You'll find it.
And also, just real quick, check out on YouTube. I think I posted it on the Retro Gamers Facebook page, Retro Gamers Podcast. Lowbrow Studios, who did the original Sonic for Hire series, which is hysterical.
I love that. Yes.
On YouTube. NSFW, but it is hysterical. They're now doing those same characters, but they do trailer reviews. Actually, they just did one for the new Cats movie, which is very funny. The review of the trailer is not the movie, but they did a version like Sonic and Tails and Eggman shows up reviewing the new Sonic. It is so funny. Go check it out.
Nice. And Josh, really quickly, I know you review like every film under the sun for your show, but please don't give any money to Cats.
Oh, too late.
Oh, it's already out?
No, it comes out same day as Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, so it's doomed. Great.
It is phenomenally doomed. And speaking of also backlash with that one as well, the director of that film just recently also said that there was some backlash from the original trailer, and they went in and redid the CGI for that one as well. It just looks so weird. So weird. My wife really wants to see it, so
it's not on Sonic level, but they changed something.
They did make some adjustments. But anyway,
Mr. Maloonigans or whatever one of the
we don't care about that. We care about video games.
We do. And speaking of which, I got a couple things here real quick I want to show off, because as everybody knows, when Anthony's not here, the recording shopping aspect. Well, no, I was gonna say what?
You sing when Anthony's not here.
This is true, and I can karaoke as well, because I do have now my metallic Britney Spears pop vinyl. Okay, that's two. Two pops I was able to join in. Do I don't have any Sonic. No, but normally there's no video aspect, because I'm not good at that part. And to be fair, last week I actually intended the video, but nothing was charged. But I picked up a couple things last week. I talked about Google. I know this is a little bit in the new. Don't worry, there'll be an old game coming up here. I got Google Stadia. So I picked up, or it arrived, Google Stadia. And this is it. I'm going to show you the entire system for Google Stadia.
Okay. Oh.
That's it?
All right, and a controller.
Well, I mean, it looks like Google Home, basically.
It's a Google Chromecast. This is a Chromecast Ultra.
Well, of course, it's just that. You're essentially playing online.
Exactly. It's all in the cloud. The whole system is in the cloud.
Yeah.
Which is cool, because you can play Google Stadia without these two things. If you have a Chromebook, if you have a Google Pixel phone, you can plug in any Bluetooth controller and you can start playing Stadia today. But I gotta say, I just wanted to show off the controller. Very kind of straight lace, very straightforward. Yeah. And the old Google dongle. So it just hangs behind my TV. I've enjoyed it. And to give Google credit, this is what happened recently. So when you sign up for Stadia, you can do either you don't pay anything and then you just get the games, you get the thing, or like all the other systems, if you pay $10 a month, you get stuff every month, like free games, maybe some DLC, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So the first two free games were Destiny 2 and Samurai Showdown. Fantastic games. And they run smoothly in 4K. In December, they're doing, which is funny, Farming Simulator. Okay. Oh, boy. And Tomb Raider Definitive Edition.
Oh, nice.
So those, except Tomb Raider is on sale right now for $10 through Google Stadia, which I bought day one. And a lot of people did.
You bored Josh. She left.
I did. Yeah, I know. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Lara Croft.
Oh, very God. Nice. Now, wait. I don't have a pop to show.
Uh-oh. That wasn't a pop.
What was that?
No, this is a rock candy. It's
okay.
Okay. Well, then I see your rock candy and I raise you a pixel version. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
There, done. Now we've all shown off figures of some kind. Let's move on.
I got enough in storage here.
That is just me. Thank you.
So, so normally now we've talked about this ad nauseum in the past. I'm digital, Anthony's physical media, which is cool on both ends. They all have their pros, they all have their cons.
Mine's better.
But what happens is with digital, basically there's no refunds. I think except like in Wyoming is the only place legally, legally you're allowed to do that.
I'm not even going to ask, Josh.
Is my Harley?
Oh boy,
I have more Harleys.
I don't. I will give that.
Okay, so for people who are just listening to our podcast, we're showing things off on screen that make no sense whatsoever.
Various pop vinyls.
There you go.
And stuff. There you go. Shut
Nice.
up, Meg. So long story short, when you buy something digital, normally there's no refund. But because Google Stadia announced that Tomb Raider is going to be free in December, and the system just came out middle of November, Google Stadia was nice enough that they allowed refunds for people who purchased Tomb Raider. And it was a very simple, it wasn't, you had to email someone and show, just you go onto the app, you hit refund. I got back my $10. I'll be re-downloading it today, probably. Actually.
Ah, very nice. And you're going to wind up spending that $10 on something else there anyway.
Well, so far everything else is still full price, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the Stadia, which is really cool. I chose not to purchase it because, as I was telling Josh on our on the podcast episode we recorded previously,
you mean Dr. Evil over there?
Yeah, Dr. Evil. I was telling him how I still have games from Black Friday 4 years ago that I haven't opened. So, so I don't think I'm jumping into the Google Stadia world for a while.
Fair enough. Yeah, no problem. And then one other thing I want to show off here, which I bought as I went to Game On the other day. And this I got as a result of the most recent episode of The Angry Video Game Nerd. He showed off a series of games, and I'm like, oh, I never really saw that game in action, and I think it looks really cool. And I want to get your guys' thoughts really on also the character, and maybe if you have any knowledge or history of Spawn.
Ooh.
Spawn on Super Nintendo.
Wait. Why is it a KA rating, though?
That is a KA. That is weird. Ages 6 up. Because it doesn't really have much. There's really no blood in it. There's no gore.
And it's not Spawn.
Well, it says Todd McFarlane Spawn the video game.
No, Spawn is not kid friendly.
But
video games back then were supposed to be. So
this is true.
So
right?
I can understand that.
95. Go check out the Angry Video Game Nerd episode because like the Game Boy version of Spawn looks really cool. But he was playing this Super Nintendo version. It's basically a beat 'em up, akin to Final Fight and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar really with Spawn. I think I saw the live action movie once. Mm-hmm. I never saw the cartoon. What are you guys' thoughts on?
I'll let Josh feel
Devil's favorite demon.
Yeah, I think Josh knows plenty about Spawn.
Yeah, so Spawn came at a revolutionary time in the comic book industry because Spawn was basically the launch title for Image Comics, which Image Comics at that time was created by Todd McFarlane and other creators who
just really quickly to step in. Todd McFarlane is most famously known in the comic book industry for Spider-Man.
Yes.
He kind of became the de facto Spider-Man. Yeah, the Spider-Man artist in the 80s and early 90s.
Okay. Yes. So he left, created Spawn, and basically created a company where if you creators could go there, and if they created a whatever character, they could actually the rights would revert back to them, which at that time had Jim Lee, who was another one of the creators, was working for Marvel, was an artist on X-Men, had created Red Star or something like that. And basically he couldn't take it anymore because that character reverted back to it was Marvel's property.
Gotcha.
So I had such fond memories of the film as a kid, and I went back and watched it a couple years ago. It is god awful. It does not hold up. And if you want to see a proper representation of Spawn, the HBO series is the way to go. And it's also worth mentioning that he just celebrated the monumental 300 issues this year
of Spawn. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the Spawn comic book has essentially been around for 20, I want to say 26 years. I think it came out somewhere around 93. Maybe I'm a little off there. But and strangely enough, to celebrate the 300th anniversary, Todd McFarlane's doing a special signing. He's doing a special signing for comic books right now through CGC, which is the comics grading company.
Mm-hmm.
You can send them any Todd McFarlane title, and Todd will sign it, and then they will grade the comic book for you. Which reminds me, I need to jump on that because I haven't done it yet for myself. And I was going to get Spawn #1 signed and graded.
Ooh, do you have? I'm assuming you have it.
I think I have 2.
You have 2 copies or issue number 2?
2 copies.
Oh, okay.
I have several copies of Spawn. I had stopped.
Josh's wheels are turning.
I had stopped collecting. I stopped collecting comics somewhere around Spawn #9. So I think I have the first 9 issues.
So I have I have a reprint of the first issue, but I have another significant Spawn issue, which would be Spawn #9, which is the first appearance of Angela, who is now a Marvel character because the rights reverted back.
Oh.
And Neil Gaiman, or one of the other co-creators who created him, actually went to Marvel, and Angela is now a half-sister to Thor.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Larry, we've lost Larry completely.
No. I like this stuff. I like listening to this. I'm not I don't follow it. I don't, read it, but I love hearing about it. That's why I love going to Comic-Cons and stuff. As much as, I'm that's not me. I'll stay away from Artist Alley, but I just love the concept. I love the idea. So trust me. Yes, the game itself is a fantastic beat 'em up. Kind of like what was another kind of surprise shock? Batman Returns. Batman Returns on Super Nintendo is actually really good.
Yes.
I mean, the movie's good too, but the game is really good. So, so I'm happy to get that.
Adventures of Batman and Robin is another great one.
Oh, that one's my favorite.
Yeah, that one's my favorite as well.
And that's a pricey one too. So,
and then you also had, if we're just going through really cool beat 'em ups that were, because Super Nintendo, I will say, the 16-bit system, Super Nintendo Genesis, had really good beat 'em ups from the comic book universe. There were 2 Spider-Man games, Maximum Carnage and Separation Anxiety, which were fantastic. Yep. There was X-Men Mutant Apocalypse on Super Nintendo, and then there was X-Men and X-Men 2 The Clone Wars on Sega Genesis. All really solid games.
Oh, there you go.
And there is the Batman Returns game.
No, that's Batman Forever.
This is Batman Forever.
Oh, Batman Forever.
That's Batman Forever. Josh, we're deleting you from this call.
All right, Josh. It was nice speaking with you.
Hey, listen, I don't mind Val Kilmer as Batman. I didn't mind him as Batman. And actually, I like the Joker in that movie. And you know what? Batman Forever is good.
Now, wait a minute. The Joker wasn't in Batman Forever.
Not Joker. I'm sorry,
Riddler.
I know. I was thinking Riddler. I said Joker. I apologize.
You mean Eggman?
Joygasm. So those are another great beat 'em up on the Super Nintendo. The Death and Return of Superman.
Yes, that was a
fantastic.
Really... Yes.
And to go back to the Adventures of Batman and Robin, because again, I was at Game On and I saw it, and I'm like, ooh, that is worth every penny, but it was pricey. Yep. But he's like, well, we have it on Genesis as well. I'm like, it is a totally different game on Genesis. The Super NES version of Adventures of Batman and Robin, The Adventures of Batman and Robin. So that's 3.
Lord.
Was a really, really good game. If you can go out and you can find yourself a copy, well worth it.
Very cool. I have no idea how we just. Yeah, there you go.
I'll count that as 3.
Yeah, we went off the rails a little bit there. So you bought Spawn.
Having fun.
Yes.
Bought Spawn. I love it. Can't wait for the Polymega to show up, which next week, or this week actually, Polymega has some big news. Hopefully it's a shipping date and my tracking number for the Polymega.
It better be a shipping date at this point. We were supposed to get these suckers back in August.
This is true. So
because I'm still waiting for mine as well.
Yeah, well, I better get mine before you.
I will die laughing if I get mine first.
We just celebrated.
Will.
Was that all your shopping? Was that all your shopping?
I didn't do much. Well, no, I got.
What happened to Black Friday? That was your Black Friday?
I got a crud ton of pop vinyls, but I wouldn't count that for Black Friday. Well, that is a lie. I got one game on Black Friday. So Ant's really good with checking out the deals and everything like that for
yes, I am.
sales that come up. Really good sales happening. Actually, they probably would have ended by the time this episode drops, some of the big ones. But the only game really I picked up was on Xbox One, The Division 2.
Okay. Electric Boogaloo?
I wish. The Division, the first one, The Division was fantastic game. Check it out if you can. The first one took place in New York City, like an exact replica of New York City. Second one takes place in Washington, D.C. I'm hearing great things about the game. And here's how good the deal was. I picked up the $120 Ultimate Edition for $30.
Holy cow.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Wow.
So, and my cousin's got a copy, so we're probably going to start playing. So I can't wait to start that. That was really my only, the only thing I picked up thus far.
Well, you know, I was telling Josh earlier that I was very conservative this Black Friday because I still have games from 4 years ago that I bought on Black Friday that are shrink wrapped, and I will play them. I swear. I swear.
Do you know what game? Do you remember what games?
Skyrim, Evil Within.
Ooh.
Those are the only two I remember. But I trust me. Out of the 11 or 2, I bought like 11 or 12 that Black Friday.
Skyrim, you know, I know a place that's giving away Skyrim figures.
Oh, no, no more figures. No.
Well, you need them to play Skyrim. Not Skyrim. I'm thinking
Skylanders.
I'm thinking
Skylanders.
Skylanders. Yeah, never mind.
Totally different game. But of the 11 or 12 games I bought 4 years ago, I think I maybe played one.
Dang.
Yeah,
and
I think that was the South Park game.
The Fractured Butthole.
No, the Stick of Truth. The Fractured Butthole I bought last year for Black Friday, and it's still shrink wrapped.
No, you said it right. The Fractured Butthole.
So going into this Black Friday, I was also choosing to be conservative because there are so many games that not only like I'm finally getting into playing my games and finishing like trying to get through them.
Good.
So I've been juggling a handful of games. I didn't want to add to the pile because I've got a pile already.
Mm-hmm.
I did wind up picking up, I want to say 4.
Oh,
though.
Wow, all
right. So first one I grabbed was Red Dead Redemption 2.
Ooh.
Nice.
For PS4.
Did you get an external hard drive as well?
I have a 2 terabyte drive.
Okay, you're good.
I'm set. So yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2. Because Josh, the game is like 500 gigabytes of data.
Good Lord.
No, maybe not that much, but it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's in the hundreds.
Definitely a lot. Yeah.
It's in the hundreds.
That's why you're better off getting it on Google Stadia.
Yeah,
no download.
Until your internet connection doesn't go well, and then it falls apart.
Well, good thing I have good internet connection. That's why I'm recording on my phone and not my computer.
Some of us aren't so lucky. I hate you, Spectrum. I picked up Red Dead Redemption 2, and then I grabbed they had a sale on PS4 for the Aladdin Lion King 2-pack.
Ooh, nice. Good pull.
So snagged that for like $15. I picked up the DLC for Spider-Man for PS4 on sale, which was great. There was another game I got along with the what did I get with the Lion King Aladdin 2-pack? There was another game I bought off of Target.
Can you feel
it's not coming. The last
tonight?
game I bought is the one I really wanted to talk about, but not necessarily about the game specifically, but because of what happened when I went shopping. What?
Don't worry about it. We're good.
Okay, good.
And he started singing, man. He broke the TRG rule.
Yeah, I know he broke the rule. I will allow it because it's been 3 weeks. But if he does it again, I will just kick him.
You kick me off my own podcast?
Absolutely. I have a co-host here.
Hey,
Josh,
the president of More of the Same Network.
Oh, don't even start. It's
Right.
either that, or if it's yin and the yang, it's BDM. You know, my dad running the podcasting network. I don't know what's going on.
I didn't know you were into that.
BDM.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Big Daddy Mormon.
Oh, okay. My bad. So the last game that I bought, I actually physically went Black Friday shopping.
Okay.
As I always do.
Actually went?
Physically. I physically go
Lord.
back. I go Black Friday shopping every year, mostly because my mom comes to visit me Thanksgiving week. Yeah. So one of the things we always wind up doing is we go Black Friday shopping. And that essentially, what I basically do is I dump her in Macy's or JCPenney. and then I go shopping.
So she
Makes
feeds.
sense.
She has to fight for herself, and you're like, "See you later, ma."
Yeah,
I'll catch you on the
basically.
flip
Well,
side.
you know what I mean. Look. My mom can fend for herself. I'd worry about all the
This is
other
true.
people that are there.
This is
I
actually
mean,
very true.
and damn it. And thank God she doesn't listen or watch this podcast. Now I'm going to tell a story. We went to Macy's.
Okay.
Macy's and she went to go purchase something. She went up to the jewelry counter and she's asking the lady behind the desk, the counter a question. And she was helping another woman. So she very politely stopped and answered my mom's question. And basically, she told her, she said, "Yeah, hang on."
Yeah.
She answered the question and said, "Just wait here for a minute, and I'll take care of you." And my mom says, "Okay." Now, the woman that she's standing next to, she's about like 6 inches away from this other woman.
Okay.
So while my mom decides to wait, does she back away so the woman can continue no? My mom stands there 6 inches from this other woman, just stares at her, and I'm like, so I physically grab her shoulder and start pulling her back, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "You're literally 6 inches from this woman." I go, "And you're staring her down." I'm like, "Stop being so New York."
Oh, I was going to say that is a very New York thing.
It
Not
is
very
literally
California.
like right on top of it. It was like I was like the woman could have pressed charges. So, but anyway, so dump my mom in Macy's, and I go on. I go to, and granted, this was my first realization on Black Friday that I've crossed over into adulthood. And the reason why I say that, or maybe not even adulthood, like I feel like old now because I got excited when I went to Bed Bath & Beyond and bought like a new shower curtain. I was like, "Oh my God, this is on sale."
Jesus. Is that what I get to look forward to next year?
My shower curtain and my bath mats. I am officially 80.
Lord.
So head over to GameStop like I always do in the mall. Now, thankfully, there's a mall near me where on Black Friday, if you go in the morning, nobody's there because it's LA. People sleep in. And at this specific mall, they don't have one of the big stores. So no Best Buy, no Target, no Walmart or anything like that. So, and everybody goes there first for Black Friday. So hit up this mall at like 8 a.m. and it's empty, which is great. I walk in,
the dead.
Yeah, basically. I walk into GameStop and I'm like, all right, let me see what kind of sales they have. And no offense to GameStop this year, but their sales were not that good. Almost everybody else was selling the same stuff they had for less. So that probably does not help them at all. But what made it even worse was I walk into the GameStop, there's one other customer, and there's only...
It's your mother.
No, mom's in Macy's.
Plot twist it was.
There's only one other customer, and they only had one employee there working Black Friday.
Uh-oh.
So
I scheduling nightmare.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah. I go, yeah, GameStop's doomed. I mean, if you didn't think they were doomed before, they're doomed now. So anyway, went in, I picked up a Christmas sweater, which we'll see in a couple of weeks on the show.
Ugly Christmas sweaters. I like it.
Yeah, but I also, while I was there, I also picked up God of War for PS4. It was only $10.
Good pull. Great game.
So,
game of the
so
year.
Ultimately, that's what I bought, but I had to tell the GameStop story
funny.
because it was really like I actually like walked in feeling sad. I'm like, this store's going to be gone soon, and we're not really going to have any good specific brick and mortar video game stores, or at least like
not like that. The classic ones are good.
It's the last one. I mean, Electronics Boutique is gone. Funkoland is gone. You know, we're at the end of times.
Any Black Friday shopping for you there, Josh?
I actually just hit up comic book store, and we actually have a nerd. We have like a nerd place that's like a mixture of like toys and like board games, but they also have like their back of their store is like classic arcades. So they have a Star Wars machine there. They have Pac-Man, Donkey Kong. They got a couple of the classic like shoot 'em ups. And so I picked up a Harley Quinn rock candy Funko kind of thing, and then I picked up a what else? Picked up a image book called Plastic. Basically, a serial killer gets out of jail, goes into like retirement or hiding, and basically basically starts an intimate relationship with a blow up doll, and
Lars and the real girl.
the blow up doll gets kidnapped, and he has to become a mercenary.
Okay, I am picking this book up.
Oh wow! I'll wait for the movie.
That is awesome.
It's called Plastic, and it's the front cover is like almost like a homage to the movie Election with Reese Witherspoon and
nice.
Matthew McConaughey. So I looked at it and I was Matthew Broderick. Yeah, that's right. I was like, man, I don't know what this is, but I need this. And I started last night, and it did not disappoint.
It doesn't sound like not with a plot like that.
No, I actually might have to pick that up for my next flight. Now that I think about it.
It's so funny.
Man. Sounds good. Yeah, there's I know they're selling like Resident Evil 2 remake is on sale.
Oh, thank you. That was the other one I bought.
All right. Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was like $15 at Target.
That's not bad at all.
No.
Not bad at all. All right, so it's a good Black Friday.
There's a good Black Friday, and then for those who haven't done any Black Friday, what?
I know. Again, I keep forgetting. I think all these sales are going to pretty much be over by the time this episode drops. But be on the lookout. I think the Genesis Mini may have dropped in price right now.
It dropped for Black Friday. It was $50.
That's right. Okay. All right. Cool.
It was $50. And as of granted, to your point, like Tuesday, everything will probably be over because I think they're going to end on Cyber Monday. But there were some killer deals. And again, if you're listening to the podcast right now or watching, and you're interested in any of these, check it out because sometimes they just extend these deals.
They do.
Black Friday at this point started November 1st.
I was gonna say it was a couple weeks. Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, it's basic. There were pre-Black Friday deals on November 1, but there were some really good, solid things like there was a PlayStation 4 Slim bundle for $200. There was a PlayStation VR bundle for $200 that came with 5 games.
Wow,
it was insane. And then there was the VR bundle with the Move controllers and 2 games for only $230.
Not bad.
I saw there were Nintendo Switch games for $40.
Yep, those were on sale. I saw that,
which were really good. Yeah, even Jedi Fallen Order, which just came out, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was being sold for $50. So you're able to grab that. Even PlayStation 4 Pro, $300, which is pretty good for that one. Yeah, and it was the 1 terabyte one. Yeah. I'm just flipping through what I'm still looking at. Controllers, PlayStation and Xbox for like $40. PlayStation 12-month membership for $40. Nintendo Switch Online for $50.
That's what I picked up. There was the PlayStation Plus. The digital was like $45. Mm-hmm. So I re-upped already. So now I'm good to like April of 2021.
Nice.
Yeah.
What else did they have going on there? Just there were some really solid sales, and there may still be some going on. I almost pulled the trigger on this one. I came close, but Oculus Go was
really
was $150 on Amazon.
Wow! Oh, that's not bad at all. Because that Oculus Go, you don't need this. It doesn't hook up to a PC. Doesn't hook up to a game console.
It's standalone, and that's why I almost bought it because as much as I love playing Beat Saber on my PlayStation 4, I definitely feel the wire on me. And I honestly, all I would do is buy Oculus Go and Beat Saber, and that's all I'd play.
Oh, Beat Saber's on it?
Yeah, you can get Beat Saber on Oculus Go.
And I love how, I don't know, 3 months ago maybe you were like,
no. This is
forget the forget virtual reality, and now Anthony's all in on VR.
No, these are all lies.
Yeah, where have you been? No one is in your reality, Larry.
I'm just saying.
You know what? I think the pop vinyls are speaking to him.
What?
they're whispering lies into his ears.
Lies, all lies.
I said I had changed my mind on VR after experiencing it the proper way, which is good.
What do you mean the proper way?
Well, the proper way, not Virtual Boy. So because that was that.
Oh,
VR.
I have a Virtual Boy story. Okay,
no.
So
And
finally.
That wraps us up for this week's
What?
episode
Wait a
of the
minute.
Retro Gamers.
All
Thank
right.
you guys so much for
See
listening.
you guys.
Josh,
Bye-bye.
I'm sorry, you had a Virtual Boy story?
Josh is done. Josh is off headset. I think he thinks we're done. No, it would have been very funny.
Bye, Josh.
What? We're still rolling. We're still rolling. It's not a major story.
But hit it.
Basically, I think either late last year or early this year on Indiegogo, I purchased. A guy was 3D printing very nice Virtual Boy cases for the games.
Okay.
So I think I bought it like in January, and as usual, didn't hear word from it. There goes my money. Completely forgot about it. And a couple of days ago, I got an email from him saying, "All right, we're ready to go. Which 5 games do you want the labels printed for?" I was like, "Ooh." Mm-hmm. So now I'm going to get very nice. They almost look like 3DS clamshell cases for the Virtual Boy. Okay. So I emailed him my 5 games, and who knows when I'll ever get them, but hopefully shortly down the road.
All right, very cool.
So that was my Virtual Boy story. Nothing major, something simple.
I took a quick minute to swing over to the Polymega site because there's supposed to be some news coming up on that. This week, they still haven't updated it. All it says here is they're still saying it's been a little while, but we were in need of a better platform to share with you all some longer form updates on the console as we head towards Polymega's release this summer.
Oh,
so this is clearly from like March or April. Thanks.
Well, on the Polymega Instagram page, they did show that's where they announced big news is going to be dropped this week, and they showed the what do they call that, like the form printing, them printing up the consoles and stuff like that, plastic jet, whatever it is. So they're getting ready, they're pushing out these things, so it looks like we can probably get an official release date. So that's that. Then I got to wait for the Atari VCS next year, and then I got to wait for the Intellivision Amigo to go on sale. Amiga, whatever it is.
You have too many things.
Oh, please. How many systems do you have?
Shush.
Okay. Josh is the only smart one out of the 3 of us who controls himself.
2.
There you go.
Yes, 2.
What, a PlayStation and a Genesis?
2. Yes.
All right.
Nice. But wait.
Cool.
Wait a minute. He has a PlayStation and a Genesis, and earlier in this episode, he showed us a Super Nintendo cartridge.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right.
So a buddy of mine. So Batman Forever is unapologetically my favorite movie of all time.
Wow.
And,
okay, wait. Now I'm hanging up on you.
It's nice talking to you.
My God.
And a couple years ago for Secret Santa, I work right across the street from a video game store, and the guy that pulled my name had got me this.
Nice. That's cool. That's very nice.
That was a very nice $3 he spent on you.
'Tis the season, my friend. It is the holiday season. So remember, folks, I want everyone to have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas.
Woo! That's a good one.
I won this one on Twitter.
One, quote unquote.
1, 2, 3. So that's 4. I was able to bring 4 of them into this conversation.
Okay. I'm over the pop stuff. Let's just.
I'm feeling the challenge to throw more in there.
No, please don't.
I'm never over the challenge.
No, I will be the one that disconnects.
Oh, wait. We were talking about beat 'em ups earlier, right?
Yes.
With Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage.
Oh.
Okay.
Speaking of Spider-Man, do you have the Spider-Man game, Larry, for PS4?
No, I do not. No.
Well, okay. It's still $15 on Best Buy. You really need to buy it.
Really?
Yes.
I should get it. How much is it?
$15.
$15, little man. Put that stuff in my hand. If that money doesn't show, then you owe me. 6. Yes.
Okay, so we are going to steer this into port.
I think I broke him. I finally broke him.
You know what? At the beginning of this episode, I was like, it's been 3 weeks. It's been a long time. It's great to have you back, Larry. I think for the rest of the year, I'm going to move on to guest hosts.
I broke him, Josh.
That's it. I've had it. We've talked about these things before.
What?
No, You didn't break me. The only thing that broke this year was your Virtual Boy when I took a sledgehammer to.
Ooh.
Do we need to replay that again?
Ouch. No, but you can go watch from a Flashback Friday Anthony destroying the Virtual Boy on our YouTube page at Retro Gamers Podcast. And of course, you can follow us on Instagram, also at Retro Gamers Podcast, Twitter at Retro Gamers Pod, and you can email us, email at theretrogamers.com. And Josh, where can they find you, my friend?
Oh, that really is the end. Okay. You guys can find us everywhere at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you guys listen to podcasts. It is simply Victims and Villains.
Sweet. And Anthony, I forget anything as far as the old plug?
No,
here?
you've done enough
it?
damage.
Right,
I don't
cool.
think you should speak anymore.
Wait, hold on real quick.
All right.
Pick a number between 1 and 3, Larry.
2.
Oh no. What does that mean? He just ran off. He just ran off the show.
It's literally between 1 and 3.
You know, is it weird that I always worry when he? Oh, okay.
Oh, Space Ghost.
He's showing a pop. I was about to say, is it weird whenever he runs off camera? I'm worried he's going to come back wearing less clothing.
This is a strong possibility too. Stop it! Stop it! All right, that's it, folks. We'll catch you right here next week. Are we done? We're done.
Please.
On the Retro Gamers Podcast. Stop it, please. The humanity.